And a big congratulations to James, who just graduated. That's Nightly News for this Sunday. Tom will be back tomorrow. I'm Hallie Jackson. For all of us here at NBC, thanks for watching and have a great week.
KUAM TV8, first on Guam.
KUAM News headlines are presented by Calvo's Insurance, protecting Micronesia for 85 years. Matson and the Adai Itano program. Apply at matson.com and McDonald's of Guam. I'm loving it.
Ahead on KUAM News Primetime.
A controversial medical malpractice reform bill is facing public scrutiny today as doctors and nurses urge lawmakers to include them in the process before moving forward. I'm Nevaeh Anderson with more on this coming up.
Another policy shift in accessing federal funds coming down from the U.S. Department of Education. What it means for GDOE coming up.
Comfort cuts now under the federal microscope, as its owners are now facing charges connected to a $1.9 million pandemic fraud scheme. I'm Jonagan Charfris, and I have more details tonight on Primetime.
Hafiday and good evening. Welcome to KUAM News Primetime. I'm Destiny Cruz-Langus. Thank you so much for starting your week off with us. A decades-old law that governs how medical malpractice claims are handled on Guam could soon be rewritten. But as Nevaeh Anderson reports, the proposal is dividing opinions in both the policy and medical communities.
Doctors and lawmakers are making their voices heard today on Bill 82, and the question today is whether this proposed fix to the medical malpractice arbitration system will bring balance or create new risks. Under current law, a malpractice claim must first go through a panel of arbitrators, often lawyers or medical experts, before a case can be brought to court. Senator William Parkinson, the bill's author, says the goal isn't to target doctors, but to make justice more accessible.
This reform is about restoring the promise that if you or your loved one are injured by medical negligence, you will have a fair chance to be heard and to seek justice.
Parkinson says a courtroom-based model would be faster, more transparent, and less expensive, only requiring a filing fee compared to the thousands that arbitration can cost. He says it also strengthens the system by weeding out weak cases early and allowing valid ones to move forward. David Lebowski supports the change.
It is about having a fair, affordable system for all medical consumers on Guam to be able to have their claims heard and attempt to become whole again, to protect their rights, to improve medical care, and to protect the medical community against frivolous lawsuits.
But opponents argue that stripping medical professionals from the early stages of the process is dangerous. Physicians like Dr. John Ray Titano warn that judges may not fully understand the realities of practicing medicine in Guam.
This bill allows a single judge with little or no medical training to serve as fact finder, gatekeeper, and even damage awarder without any requirement for medical expertise on the panel.
Dr. Shadia Constantine, who holds a degree in evidence-based healthcare, opposes the bill as well.
So just to be clear, as physicians, you do not trust the judiciary to be the one to have oversight on this. You don't trust the courts.
I don't trust that the courts have the expertise and the knowledge to understand the nuances that go into the care of a patient and the decisions that are taken when you are providing treatment.
Attorney Mitch Thompson questioned whether the judiciary is equipped or resourced to shoulder the full weight of these decisions.
Well, I don't think anyone is saying that judges are unqualified to make the decision. The question is, who is better qualified to make that decision?
Patients and families who say they've been harmed by malpractice shared their stories as well, some describing the loss of loved ones, while calling for a more affordable, inclusive process for all stakeholders. With emotions running high and questions of cost, expertise, and accountability on the line, the fate of Bill 82 will now rest with lawmakers. Nevaeh Anderson, KUAM News.
The Guam Department of Education still has its guard up amid a new decision involving accessing federal funds. And while it could be a step in the right direction, it may be too soon to celebrate.
It's not resolved until it's resolved. That's what Guam Department of Education Superintendent Dr. Kenneth Swanson had to say about a new decision by U.S. Secretary of Education Linda McMahon over the weekend. In a letter, McMahon announcing the department's decision to return non-plaintiff states to the liquidation process used before March 28, citing uniformity and fairness, as plaintiff states have been allowed to continue requesting drawdowns for pre-approved projects pending litigation.
I would underline caution. It's a step in the right direction, but you're going to have to show me. I've got to see it.
Swanson says this could now allow GDOE to revisit the system of making upfront local payments and seeking reimbursement later.
The way that I see it being interpreted with some other releases that have gone out, which did not come from us, was that the whole process had been reinstated as to the way it was from the very beginning. And that's just not the case yet.
He notes the three main projects, the reimbursement of 12 campuses, FB Leon Guerrero Middle School, and air conditioning, are still in the appeals process after a prior denial from USDOE.
We understand the late liquidation date of March of 2026 has been reinstated. However, what has not been undone is the shift from the full approval of all of our projects as they were initially contracted to now having to submit those proposals over again and have them reapproved. So our big contracts that were rejected one time around, those are all in on appeal. That the only thing that we can receive funds for is those things that pass the appeal process or the review process. So there's a lot of work still to be done.
Swanson also noting GDOE filed claims for around 67 vendors under the same rules using the initial filing process, with contracts ranging from $1,500 to $1 to $2 million.
I know for a fact that is now they've begun evaluating those projects, so I don't know. Most of them don't have anything to do with construction. They're all about instructional materials and training and those kinds of things. That total nearly $41 million. So if we get that back, that would be wonderful, but we're going to get it back portion by portion, vendor by vendor, not as a lump sum. So the good news is those vendors will be paid using those funds.
As for whether GDOE is still pursuing legal action against USDOE, Swanson says the department must first exhaust the administrative process, and if that fails, legal options will remain on the table. In the meantime, Swanson is set to meet virtually with USDOE on July 2nd to seek clarity on how this change will impact GDOE.
And in other news, while some government vendors waited months to get paid, one business, Comfort Cuts, was cashing in. Now its connection to a pandemic fraud scheme involving nearly $2 million is under federal scrutiny, with Charissa Tenorio and Frankly Rosalind at the center. Jonah Gincharfaris has more from a story we brought you on Primetime Friday.
Comfort Cuts and Grounds Maintenance LLC, a name known more for landscaping than lawbreaking, is now tangled in a federal investigation tied to pandemic unemployment fraud. According to prosecutors, Charissa Tenorio and Frankie Rosalind played key roles in wiring and collecting funds meant for struggling residents. But instead, authorities say they helped reroute benefits into their own pockets. Some of that money linked directly to the Comfort Cuts account. Also named in the investigation is Winnie Santos, who served as office manager for Comfort Cuts, further tying the business to the fraudulent claims. Tenorio is accused of withdrawing over $12,000 in stolen PUA funds in September of 2020. And that's not all. She's also facing a charge of witness tampering, accused of harassing two individuals last August to keep them from talking. Rosalind, listed alongside Tenorio in the indictment, allegedly helped orchestrate the scheme that involved checks mailed directly to the conspirators and the misuse of positions tied to the Guam Department of Labor. But here's what's raising eyebrows. Comfort Cuts had not only a contract with GDOL, but has had an ongoing contract with the Department of Parks and Recreation for lawn services at the Tiguac Cemetery. The deal with DPR was typically worth $24,750 per year, but in fiscal year 2024, the payments doubled. According to documents obtained by KUAM through the Freedom of Information Act request with the Department of Administration, 2 separate contracts, each for $24,750 per 6 months, pushed the total to $49,500. And unlike many other GovGuam vendors who have had to wait for payment, Comfort Cuts was usually paid in a timely manner. Whether services were provided consistently, whether those payments were legitimate or a front for laundering funds, is now a question only the courts can answer. Both Tenorio and Rosalind are presumed innocent, but with a paper trail, federal charges, and now a closer look at government contracts, Comfort Cuts may soon face more than just overgrown lawns. Jonagan Charfus, KUAM News.
A legal battle with far-reaching implications for landowners across Guam is heating up in the Supreme Court. Cortec International has filed its latest response. Defending its claim over property tied to the government's wastewater treatment facility in Dededo, but firmly denying any attempt to disrupt public services. In the court filing submitted Friday, Cortec emphasized it's not after the plant, just fair compensation for land it argues was wrongly taken. The company says the case is bigger than just one opportunity. It's about upholding land rights and ensuring ancestral lands aren't quietly reclaimed without proper payment. Cortec's Ed Ching says the company has always respected the plant's public function, but warns that denying just compensation sets a dangerous precedent. He claims the government is inviting federal overreach by refusing to pay landowners fairly, a move that could unravel decades of work to return ancestral lands to the people of Guam. The outcome of the case could reshape how Guam handles land title disputes and raise serious questions about the protections of private property rights moving forward. For now, services remain uninterrupted, but the legal fight is far from over. And in other news on War Survivor Remembrance Day, the people of Guam came together to honor Manamku, who endured the horrors of the Japanese occupation. Their stories are not just history, they are the heartbeat of our island, a reminder of the strength and sacrifice that define who we are as people. Jonagan Charfras has more from Saturday.
With solemn hearts and reverence in their voices, Guam opened a month-long journey of remembrance, beginning with War Survivor Remembrance Day. At the Hagåtña Cathedral, war survivors, their families, and island leaders gathered to honor those who lived through one of Guam's darkest chapters, the Japanese occupation of World War II. Speaker Frank Blas Jr.
The men and women that surround you that make up our greatest generation, the ones who survived the captivity, the ones who endured the suffering, the ones that witnessed the horrors and the atrocities.
The Guam Legislature, alongside the War Survivor Memorial Foundation and Meningan Memorial Foundation, also held a special ceremony at the Guam Congress Building, presenting Resolution 52-38 and recognizing June 28th as an official day of remembrance. The date isn't random. It marks the day in 1947 when President Harry S. Truman formally acknowledged Guam's wartime suffering and sacrifice. Governor Lou Leon Guerrero and Lieutenant Governor Joshua Tenorio.
It is my honor to stand up here to proclaim or to offer this proclamation, number 2025-65, a proclamation of the governor commemorating June 28, 2025 as War Survivor Remembrance Day.
And whereas today, with deep reverence and respect, we honor all of Guam's World War II survivors, those still with us today, all those who have gone before us, and all whose shoulders we have stood on to continue building the island we are proud to call home today.
This year's War Survivor Remembrance Day also signals the start of a powerful month of memorials marking Guam's 81st liberation, with ceremonies across the island from Tinta and Faja to Sumai, Fena, and Asan.
I call upon the people of Guam to reflect on the sacrifices and strength of all those who lived through World War II and to reflect on the legacy given to us by the undying determination of the Chamorro people to survive, rebuild, and endure.
From north to south, from village to village, Guam's tributes will continue through July 19th, and it all begins here with the survivors whose stories carry the weight of memory and the light of hope. Because liberation isn't just marked by dates, it's remembered in the hearts of the people. And in Guam, those hearts never forget. Jonagan Charfras, KUAM News.
Time for a quick break. You're watching KUAM.
GU Self-Storage, located in Harmon next to McDonald's, offers a variety of storage units. With rates starting as low as $95 per month, we offer complimentary use of dollies, push carts, Pines hand trucks, and pallet jack, with a fully covered loading and unloading areas and ADA accessible units. We offer 24-hour CCTV surveillance monitoring, alarm, and individual pin-coded gate door access, because your safety is our priority. GU Self-Storage, voted Pika's Best in 2024. Call 671-648-7867 today.
Super speed your life with Docomo Pacific Fiber Internet. Get symmetrical upload and download speeds up to 5 gigs. Get started with Fiber 500 at $145 a month, Fiber 1 gig at $215 a month, or Fiber 5 gig at $299 a month. Plus, get 2 SuperPod 6Es with any plan, and a free EcoFlow River 3 and bonus welcome kit with 1 gig and 5 gig plans. Experience tomorrow's islands today with Docomo Pacific Fiber Internet.
At Bank of Hawaii, we believe that love is possible. Opportunity is possible. Family is possible. Progress is possible. Freedom is possible. Because when everyone is free to be who they are, love who they love, and feels like they belong,
Anything's possible.
reach your possible with Bank of Hawaii.
Welcome back to Primetime. The Guam Department of Agriculture and UOG Sea Grant recently wrapped up a series of town hall meetings on proposed regulations as part of the Guam Fisheries Management Plan. Mitsuki Hirayama has the details on the changes officials and local fishing community want to see to create a more sustainable fishery.
In 3 days of town hall meetings last week, about 50 to 70 attendees came out each day to share their input on proposed measures to better manage Guam's fisheries. Guam Department of Agriculture Director Chelsea Munya.
And if we want to ensure that there's fish for our children, for our grandchildren, for our grandchildren's children, then these are actions that are necessary now.
Once abundant fish in our waters have been gradually decreasing for over 2 decades, and it's clear something needs to change.
Doing nothing is really not an option, but we don't want to make that decision for the community. We want to make it with them.
But those changes won't be happening overnight. The Fisheries Management Plan has been a work in progress since 2020. The proposed measures are a result of scientific data and suggestions from local fishermen through numerous conversations, community meetings, and surveys the past 5 years.
The species that we were focusing on come directly from that participation, that engagement, and that information.
From bluefin trevally, big-eye bream to tangisan, 9 species are being proposed to have minimum size limits from 12 inches to 24.
This is to ensure that the fish are able to reproduce before they're caught.
Plus a ban on harvesting a tuhung or bumphead parrotfish.
That's because it's rarely seen even now, even after the scuba ban.
To mandatory licensing and catch reporting.
This is to ensure that we're collecting comprehensive data that's truly representative of Guam's fishing community.
And a ban on the commercial sale for 6 species. In perspective, Munya says that's just 10 species out of 100. Majority of the fishermen in attendance were supportive of the measures, though they certainly had questions.
Our team feels really great about the town hall meetings that we had. It doesn't mean that they were easy. We spent in some cases, nearly 2 hours answering questions from the community.
Feedback from the town halls will be used to refine the proposals. For those who missed out, more community meetings are in the works.
Then we will create a report, come up with a draft of the plan, and then bring that back to the community again to say, hey, is this what you meant? Is this what you expect? Is this what you will support us with? You know, while we try to support you, so there's mutual support.
Officials say it's an ongoing conversation to make the Guam Fisheries Management Plan a reflection of both the needs of our community and the needs of our reef. Mitsuki Hirayama, KUAM News.
The Guam Memorial Hospital is officially on the hunt for a new top executive. During its latest board meeting, the GMHA Board of Trustees approved the formation of a 5-member search committee tasked with finding a replacement for current hospital administrator Lillian Perez-Posadas, who may retire as early as January. Board Chair Sharon Davis says the goal is to conduct a comprehensive, transparent 6-month search with help from consultants and community stakeholders. The community includes key hospital leaders and will even bring in a non-voting member from the broader community, like the VA patient safety advocates or hospital volunteers, for added perspective. The move comes as Perez-Posadas faces growing scrutiny following public criticism of her leadership in a controversial security drill involving a physician with a firearm. Hospital officials say they're casting a wide net beyond Guam to ensure they attract top-tier candidates. The final choice will be presented by the committee, with the full board making the final call. The search begins now. Well, Guam's 81st Liberation Day celebration has crowned its queen, and with her, a royal court that embodies culture, community, and change. And 81st Liberation Queen, realizing a childhood dream. The 20-year-old, who is married, dazzled judges and earned Best in Resort Wear and Best in Evening Wear. And for the first time in pageant history, new eligibility rules open doors for more women to compete, including Hazel May Macoay of Jigo, a 29-year-old mother and the only contestant of full Filipino descent raised on Guam. She proudly earned the title of Miss Ambassador. And the court also includes Royal Princess Alana Ungacta of Mangilao, who won Most Money Raised and Miss Congeniality. Princess Marley Kitachai of Juetnya, who claimed Best in Native Costume. Miss International Ray Ara Cruz of Santa Rita Sumay, and Miss Tourism Cassidy Guerrero of Chalampago Ordot. Organizers call this year's full-scale pageant a symbol of a broader cultural shift, one rooted in tradition but evolving with the times. Well, it's a big summer for Team Guam, as 132 athletes from our national sports federations are over in Palau competing at the Pacific Mini Games across 10 different exciting events. Here's some shout outs from their neighbors to support them as they go for gold.
Go Team Guam! Thanks!
Off a day, I'm Dave Harris from Purebred Jiu-Jitsu Guam.
Hi, my name is Francesca Lizama from Purebred Jiu-Jitsu Guam.
Go Team Guam!
From the Guam Basketball Confederation, go Team Guam!
Today, good luck Team Guam, good luck Mia Lee, wish you all the best, have fun in Palau.
Go Team Guam!
Go Team Guam!
Go Team Guam! Go Team Guam!
Papa Day, this is Sophia Kelly with the ND and Academy Wrestling Team. I just wanted to say, go Team Guam.
Happy day from Y Impact, go Team Guam.
Woo! Ali Shanley, good luck, I believe in you. This is Marie Calvo Benito saying hi to all our athletes in Palau, wishing you the best of luck. Have a wonderful time and go for the gold.
Look at Guam.
Now for a look at your world at home. Here's a Tumon sunset view.
Congratulations to both of you as you embark on your new journey with us, and welcome to the Bank of Guam Familia. Go get him.
Good morning, Kara.
Good night, Kara.
Half a day. I'm Kara, your virtual banker.
Win one championship, you're celebrated. Win twice, they call you a hero. 3 times, they say words like legend and dynasty. 4, 5, 6 titles, they'll say enough is enough. But when you've won it all 7 times, what's left to say? The trophy speaks for itself. Introducing the full lineup of Ram trucks. Ram, 7-time winner of Motor Trend's Truck of the Year.
Parents, would you like your child to be well prepared for school? The Guam Early Learning Council believes in building a supportive community to help your child be successful in school and in life. If you would like resources and information to see if your child is reaching key stages of growth for school, call 311 Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. excluding holidays. We are here to assist.
I'm going to school. I'm going to learn and play. That's so cool.
Don't need a work break, keep the smile on your face. The moments you can't replay, and I'll be around. Whoa. You can count on me. You can count on me for life.
Wherever life takes you, we're always here for you. Calvo's Insurance. Count on us for life.
Wesley kicks out. Simon, big 3. Oh, baby!
Soon as they think this shit sweet, we gon' tweak out. Gotta stand for something, just Sir Benny on post speak about. No show lives, ain't no in him, he keep that pole on him. Show lives, ain't no bitch in us who got more sticks than us.
Off day Guam, I'm Franklin Nanetsi Jr. I'm the pitcher for the Guam men's national baseball team. So when we enter the field, we have try to flip the switch, try not to take any team lightly. We try to not play for ourselves individually. We play for the name on our shirt or on our chest, which is Guam for our island, and especially the person right next to us.
My name is Nolan Ryan Cruz. I play first base and pitcher for Guam's men's national baseball team. Growing up, ever since 5th grade, been representing Guam, so going back to the mini games is another opportunity to put our island on the map, so it means a lot. Another opportunity to win, make them proud.
My name is Javier Concepcion. I play infield outfield for Team Guam. Damn, we tried silver already, there's only one way out from there, show improvement, and that's gold. Representing Guam is it's an honor, especially to do it at such a young age, never taking it for granted and, running with it.
We got members from the projects to the compound. If you holding up your wrist, make sure it's buzzed down. Dog shit, see we all lit. Cartier buffs on options. It was hard to pick, so I put both on.
Wesley kicks out. Simon, big 3. Oh, baby!
Can somebody please help me judge this chicken?
Juicy, seasoned.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the hair.
Now, who you think made this?
I don't know who cooked it, but they know how to cook.
Boom! Oh, McDonald's! Yes!
Are you serious? You don't like Mickey D's? Okay.
Guess what? I got something special for y'all. Double dip! Cause that nods mean people who love McCrispy strips. How you feeling now? Yeah.
Caught in 4K.
McCrispy strips, man, from Mickey D's. They here for it. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
Being stationed on Guam, there is much to do on the beautiful island. But before you pack, sanitize any household items and leave any organic materials behind to prevent the introduction of invasive species. If it's not native, it could be invasive. Leave invasives behind.
New training location confirmed. The Mariana Islands.
Before and after training, you will identify and sanitize your tactical gear to prevent the spread of invasive species. If it's not native, it could be invasive. Leave invasives behind.
Bye. I wish they could move back home.
Should we build on a honeymoon?
Yes. Yes!
First Hawaiian Bank knows that family comes first. That's why our bankers work with you to make your what ifs a reality. Personalized service and digital tools, all under one roof when you bank on the best. First Hawaiian Bank. It all starts with yes.
Summertime is about getting out, having fun, and getting active, and that is exactly what our friends at the 4-H organization are doing for youth this summer because they have their summer camps. And make sure to check it out because it's for the little ones too. This is age 6 to 10, so what is that? First graders through 5th graders? 4th graders? All right, you're going to learn life skills. You are going to learn cool things you can do around the house. Check it out. Smart Snacks Lab Explorers. I like that. You're going to be able to pass along to your brothers and sisters, your parents, your ninas, your ninos, how to eat healthy and how to have a good time. All right, Athletes Workshop coming up. I want you guys to register for this because it is 100% free. And if you are into athletics or you're just a business major or you're looking to take your competitive mindset and the growth spirit to the next level, make sure to check it out because Coach Jessica Ball and Coach Tisha Novello, I was at this seminar last year. It is absolutely fantastic. It is invaluable. So they're not only going to teach you how to be a effective as far as getting recruited, but they're also going to teach you mental performance. You got to be physically strong and mentally and emotionally strong. Coach Tisha and Coach Jess are going to get you there. All right, and then speaking of getting out and having fun, make sure to engage in ice skating on Guam. I never thought I'd say that before, but our friends over at Tumon Sands Plaza are making it possible along with JA and the Breaking Waves Theater Company. A portion of the proceeds go to help our friends at Performing Arts, and we love Breaking Wave. Those guys are super, super cool. All you got to do, show up, $6 gets you a half hour, and you are going to be able to ice skate in the mall with the aircon and everything like that. And you know what? Live stream off your phone, wear the GoPro and shoot in 4K. I don't care how you do it, but just make content, make sure to tag us at KUAM News because I want to see how you guys get down when it comes to ice skating.
Happy birthday to Kaylani Combs, aka KK Boo, and your shout out says Kaylani. We want to wish our great grandbaby girl, Kaylani, also known as KK Boo, a happy birthday number 2. And you are getting all the love in the world from, check this out, the Ugan, the Valino, and the Olalia Nanas. That's a lot of love right there. So we hope you have a fantastic second birthday. And also a very, very special happy birthday to Big Bro Don, coming from your favorite brother in the entire world, Dallas, who is wishing you the very best birthday ever. Want to wish your special someone a happy birthday? Just click the QR code here on your screen or email birthdayclub@kuam.com.
And that's your Primetime Show. Thanks for watching. I'm Destiny Cruz-Lingus. Have a safe evening and stay beautiful.
Hafa Adai and welcome to a new episode of Women Rising on the KUAM Podcast Network with the Guam Women's Chamber of Commerce. My name is Miracle Mogol, and I'm a proud board member of the Guam Women's Chamber of Commerce. Along with that, I am the development coordinator for the Business and Technology Endowment Foundation. Today's episode is all about celebrating our future, our interns, our partnerships, and the incredible young people who are already stepping up as leaders in our community. We'll hear from amazing guests who show us how meaningful internships guided by students' own interests can spark purpose, build skills, and create lasting connections. I would like to introduce Mr. Dylan Sablan.
Hafa Adai.
And Ms. Zaraya Atalik.
Hi.
Can you introduce yourself as well?
I'm Dylan Sablan. I'm the principal at Business and Technology Academy Charter School. I've worked there since August of 2024, and I'm extremely happy to be in the position that I'm in because everything that we're doing at our school, we are changing education on its head. This isn't a traditional high school. We are actively looking at different methods and different concepts that we can infuse into our curriculum and into our instruction to really give our students a different kind and more meaningful form of learning that will actually prepare them for their post-secondary plans, whether it's career or whether it's college. And so I'm very happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Soraya.
I'm Soraya Talik. I'm a sophomore at Business and Technology Academy Charter School. I'm also a student pilot at IRE Services.
I'd also like to say I'm on this podcast because I have a daughter who I'm hoping that she grows up to be a strong woman like you, Miss Miracle. So, yes.
Thank you so much for your introductions and joining me today. Let's get started. Dylan, I want to start with you. As principal at BTEX, how do you see internships helping students connect what they're learning in school with real world skills and opportunities?
The connection is obvious. I mean, this isn't sitting in a classroom listening to a teacher for 45 minutes and then doing a quiz. It's listening to the teacher for 20 minutes maybe about all of these concepts, and whether it's marketing or IT. And you do that through a project from Monday to Thursday, and then on Friday you go to your internship, and where you're actually applying what you learned in the classroom. So the connection is very obvious. It gives the students a meaningful space to actually develop their skills and to learn from people who aren't their educators, who are potentially future bosses of theirs, right? Mm-hmm. So that's the value that comes with that.
What add to the value of BTEX? I just want to find out. You're the newest school. Does that mean you're accredited and you have, how have you forged the success further in the last, how long have you been open?
We've only been open since September of last year, and we are, anybody can fact check me, but we are the fastest accredited institution on Guam. We've accomplished this feat within less than a year. I mean, charter schools are given 5 years to attain candidacy status for an accreditation. Mm-hmm. And here we are, we got our accreditation within less than a year of being open. So I think it's truly a testament to not just the leadership of the school, but also what the students like Zoraya are doing every day, and as well as what the teachers do for those students.
Zoraya, not only are you passionate about aviation, but you already had the opportunity to fly. Can you tell us about that?
Absolutely. So growing up, my family was surrounded by aviation. My great-grandfather, he got his private here. Actually, he used to fly one of the planes that I fly now.
Can you tell us what first sparked your love for aviation?
Sure. So growing up, I was always around aviation, like going into my great-grandparents' house and seeing airplanes on the cabinets. And
was your grandfather in the military?
No, he wasn't.
Oh.
He was a helicopter pilot, but he was a private one.
Oh.
And so he had his own company, and he would do like banner drop, or like banners, and then he'd do like flower drops in his helicopter. And I never got to ride in his helicopter because he sold it before I was born. So my brother rode in his helicopter, but I didn't. So I kind of felt left out. And so when I started aviation, I felt more connected with them because I got to do what they did, just not in a rotary aircraft.
Was your grandfather's business was on Guam?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you flew a plane?
Yeah, I did.
How was that?
It's pretty good. I'm still a student pilot, so I'm still learning new things every day. Today I actually have a flight at 4.
You've never been scared to get behind the wheel of an airplane?
No. But like when it comes to stalls, I do kind of like get jumpy because...
What's a stall?
So a stall, there's a power off and power on stall, and we just practice it just in case anything happens, like during landings or takeoffs. If you pull too far back on your yoke, you can stall back, and then your tail will drop. And then we practice that in the air.
You practice dangerous scenarios on air? That's a part of getting your private pilot's license, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I have a problem just sitting in a plane, even if it's business class. I get really nervous. That's why. So how do you feel inside when you take off and you're looking at Guam from, I don't know, how high are you in that small plane?
Like,
what's the highest
What's
altitude?
What's the altitude?
I usually practice at 3,000.
3,000 feet.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to segue to a question I want both of you to answer differently.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're doing this in high school. Do you have a learner's permit or like a driver's permit? But you're flying a plane.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you don't drive and you fly a plane? Wow.
I don't drive.
But my question is, For that internship that you're doing at Ivy Services, was that something you chose? Or was, you know, and I guess it kind of leads to it, like Dylan, as the administrator and principal for the school, do you think it's so important that internships are based on what students actually are interested in and are passionate about versus just placing them in what works for the institution better?
I think it's extremely important, especially in today's generation, to put them in a place where they already have some kind of interest, right? Because nowadays, trying to get students to do things that they don't want to do is very difficult. It's not like when I was in high school or when you were in high school, where you get told to do something and you just do it. But as with regards to the internships, right? You know, I've said this on a separate podcast. I think students do need to be more open-minded to all of the fields that are out there, because, you know, we've had this at BTAX, and where kids, they had no idea that they had musical talent ever. I can think of 3-4 individuals right off the top of my head, and yet we stuck them in a music class because they can't draw, they don't want to do art, and oh my goodness, now they're going to be performing and opening for a concert that's happening next month. So this is pretty big stuff. And so what I would tell kids is you might have, like Zariah might be zoned in on aviation. Just like when I was in high school, I was zoned in on becoming a lawyer. But I didn't open myself up to different things. I wasn't breaking out of my shell as early as I should have, and I think that really set me back. So what students like Zariah should do, and the students at BTAX and students on Guam in general, is they should be more open-minded to the opportunities that are out there.
Honey, do you want some milk?
Do you ever wonder how your favorite products make their way into your local stores? Most arrive on state-of-the-art Matson vessels that transport containers of food, household items, equipment, and supplies into the islands every week. Because we know that you depend on us, we work closely with our partners to ensure that our shipments arrive on time, all the time, so you can find your favorite products when you need them. We transport the region's most precious cargo that supports successful businesses and promotes a better quality of life for our families. Matson is proud to have been the hometown shipping carrier for Guam, the CNMI, and Micronesia for the past 25 years, and you can count on us to be here for generations to come.
This crispy chicken is from a taco place.
This crispy chicken is from a taco place? Hey, this crispy chicken's from Taco Bell? The taco place? This chicken is so perfectly crispy with tortilla chip coating. It's from a taco place. What? It comes in a burrito too?
From your taco place, it's also a chicken place that's also a taco place.
What if dreams could truly come alive?
World Theater Productions and the Guam Philharmonic Foundation invite you to Disney's
Dare to Dream Jr.,
presented by the Micronesia Mall and KUAM.
Experience a brand new musical review featuring classic Disney songs from Cinderella and Pinocchio
to new favorites from The Little Mermaid, Aladdin, Moana, and many more. See it at the Sandcastle Theater on Saturday, July 5th and Sunday, July 6th.
Tickets are just $20 for general admission. Get ticket information now at guamphilharmonic.org.
Zariah, for someone who is taking the opportunity to go after what you're interested in, other than aviation, what experiences or like initiatives have you found something from BTAX that has given you joy?
So in term 3, I had a class. I actually had an option to get out of it, but I stayed because I found it was intriguing. And so it's called student merchandise. And usually when all the students come in, I'm usually already working from my class before it because I have 2 classes with her. So I'm usually always working. And I usually just create designs and print them and press them. And
what kind of products do you guys make? I should know this as the principal, but I don't really.
We have hats, we have canvas bags. We're working on tote bags as well, but that's also like the settings on it needs to be fixed. We have sticker sheets. We started buttons, and then we can do keychains. We do custom keychains.
To round it out, I want to ask, do you decide on these items? Or like the things that you guys are creating, is it student-led?
Yeah. These are your ideas, right? These are your designs.
Or you and your class?
Your class's designs.
Yeah. Pulse Lab is mainly student-led. We have our own creative freedom. We can do whatever we want with our products. Miss Flores would just give us the product and she would tell us to create a design, and then we would go from there and make it and package it up. We would just take it to places like Fishery. We did that last month, and then this week, and I think for the following weeks we're going to Thursday Night Market.
What kind of machines do you guys use?
So for our sticker sheets, that is a regular printer with glossy paper and a Cricut.
Do you think, based off of everything that you've been learning in Miss Flores' class, that you could probably start your own t-shirt business?
We were having this conversation. She knows, like, in our conversation, she explained that not only does she know the business plan and the business idea and the operational plan, she knows also the financial plan.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let's now talk about partnerships. Principal Dylan, when you look for partners for the students, whether they be organizations or businesses, what do you look for specifically to benefit the students, but also to benefit the partners?
Oh, you want to give the partners that we, have reached out to, students who, and it goes back to earlier, whether you just put students in what they're interested in, because you don't want to burden these businesses or organizations by giving them somebody who just completely does not want to be there at all, right? So, but really what I think I am looking for when we're reaching out to, whether it's the Women's Chamber or, some of the other companies that we've been involved, that we've partnered with, is definitely whether they're going to create a setting. I mean, for me, I'll just say, they can learn marketing 10% of the time if you're a marketing intern, but really what I want them to develop are the soft skills and the professional skills that you would expect from anybody in the workplace. So, that's the benefit that I hope our companies give to the students, as well as the one thing I hope our students bring is just a good attitude to whenever they go on Fridays. And we've heard some pretty nice things about the students, those of whom have been going. So,
and then, in the WAM Women's Chamber, we actually have a few interns with us. So one is Amari, and then the other one's Maddie, and we also have Aubrey. Unfortunately, Aubrey was supposed to join us, fell ill right before this recording. But leading to that, we're at the Women's Chamber. I know I'm a little bit biased because I'm with both parties. We're very happy to have them, and any of the members can meet them during the co-working hours on Fridays. Well, now I'm going to toss it back to our featured student today. Soraya, what's one of the biggest lessons you've learned regarding teamwork and also leadership while running Bulls Lab and or your aviation flight school?
My biggest lesson I think I've learned was empowerment. With my mentor, she really pushed me to do things that I didn't think I wanted to do. Like, for example, my design, I was so hesitant on making it because I felt like maybe it wouldn't sell, or maybe it's not good enough. And she would tell me to just create it and something would happen.
So what you're saying is that BTAX, you're learning real world skills that actually apply, all while having basically a playground to play with your creativity on these designs and in the classroom.
That's right.
Summer's here, Guam. Get ready for sun-soaked days with Kmart. From beach gear to backyard barbecue essentials, Kmart has it all at prices that keep your wallet cool. Stock up on snacks and fun kids activities to keep them entertained. Kmart is Guam's one-stop shop for summer fun. Plus, military and frontline workers save more with our exclusive discounts every day. Shop now for your summer essentials at Kmart, the 24-hour superstore. Summer vibes, Kmart style.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
You brought up a few good things that you heard about the internships with the students. So in the last panel for the Women's Chamber, for our seat at the table, we had a thing called reverse mentoring, where the more seasoned entrepreneurs and business owners and organizational leaders learn from the younger generation, specifically their interns or their new hires. Have you have heard of anything where the mentors have learned from the interns themselves? Or you, even as a principal, have you learned from your students?
Every day. Every time, students like Dallas go to his IT company for his internship, and he told me on the first day that he was already building a PC. And I'm like, well, I will never know how to do that. So that sounds something that's pretty valuable. And then I think what the comment that I hear most that actually, makes me really happy from a lot of our partners is that they actually see these kids trying and wanting to learn. I mean, one example is definitely Austin. I am so happy with what he's doing at Radical PC for his IT and engineering internship. He is busy, he is engaged, he's honestly, sometimes these students will surprise you when you take them out of the classroom, and that's, kind of why we're trying to be a very different school and not just focus on what happens in the four walls of the classroom, but what kind of opportunities and what kind of things our students can do outside and what we can do for them outside those walls.
Okay. Zaraya, what's a piece of advice you would give students or your classmates or even people younger than you who are interested in learning from a mentor, an internship with a company, or just simply asking a teacher that they adore to help them and grow? But what would you recommend or advise them to start?
I think that if they want to pursue something like aviation, or maybe even bigger, or something, something that they like, to just keep going. Find what they want, find what they like, and go for it.
They should just do it, right?
Yeah, just do it.
Yeah.
Senor Sablan, what's one piece of advice you would give businesses or groups that want to build stronger relationships with our school and any other school in Guam? What would you tell them to do?
Provide the space for these opportunities to happen, right? And I know a lot of companies and organizations are doing that. Incentivize, maybe, not necessarily with money, but, some professional development, certificates, all those things. And really just be, I keep using the word open-minded, but, like we've talked about, I mean, I learn from my students every day, as well as a lot of our partners have learned from them too. So just be open-minded to the idea that you can bring these students on board, give them a space where they can learn from you, but you're also going to learn from them.
Guam's beauty is only surpassed by its hospitality. Please help protect it by not bringing any items that can have a harmful impact on the island. Remember, if it's not native, it could be invasive. Leave invasives behind.
New training location confirmed. The Mariana Islands. Before and after training, you will identify and sanitize your tactical gear to prevent the spread of invasive species. If it's not native, it could be invasive. Leave invasives behind.
Win one championship, you're celebrated. Win twice, they call you a hero. 3 times, they say words like legend and dynasty. 4, 5, 6 titles, they'll say enough is enough. But when you've won it all 7 times, what's left to say? The trophy speaks for itself. Introducing the full lineup of Ram trucks. Ram, 7-time winner of Motor Trend's Truck of the Year.
Now, thank you for that. Now we're going to jump right into our rapid response round. I want both of you just to kind of respond either within one line or a few words, but top of your head, like don't put too much thought, don't overthink. And for you, Principal Dillon, I want you to kind of think back to when you were a student, if some of the questions pertain to that. Best perk you've experienced during the varying partnerships and initiatives that you've encountered in your life.
The paycheck.
Best perk would have to be getting to do what I love to do.
Okay. What's a skill you didn't expect to learn during your internships or experiences or any opportunities provided to you?
Well, when I was a legal assistant, I didn't realize how important of a skill formatting Microsoft Word documents was. So college didn't prepare me for that.
A skill would probably be creative.
Creative, okay.
Creative, yeah.
One word, give me one word that describes the ideal mentor and mentee relationship.
Empowering.
Healthy.
If you could shadow any career for a day, which one would it be?
My captain, pilot uncle.
Oh, man. There's a lot.
Pick one.
Sheesh. I think I'd want to shadow. I think I want to shadow a pilot. Yeah. I want to see how it is in the cockpit. Maybe not with her flying. Yeah.
You called me a bad flyer?
No, it's just the fact that you're younger than me makes me nervous.
And she doesn't have a driver's license.
And you don't even have a driver's license. So,
don't worry, I can fly good.
Okay. Well, before I wrap up, I wanted to give you a chance to just kind of say a few closing remarks to our audience here. Is it right?
Thank you for having me. It was really great to share my experience, and tell you guys what I love to do.
And where can they find?
Oh, yeah. So Bull's Lab. You can go on Instagram and search BULLZLAB, and that's about it. Yeah.
What we're doing at BTAX is something special. You guys should follow us on social media. Consider bringing your high school age student to see what kind of things we're doing, not just inside the classroom, but outside the classroom, because it's a school that, the common way BTAX is described whenever people come and visit is, wow, I wish this high school existed when I was this age. So come see what we're doing, and I just want to shout out to all the women at BTAX, Miss Justine, Miss Flora, Miss Z, Miss Camille. You guys all help make it happen. Just thank you, and we're making it for the students and for the island. So.
Thank you. That was incredible. Thank you for sharing your insights and being with us today. That wraps up for Women Rising. I wanted just to remind everyone to let's keep lifting each other up and let's keep shaping our future together. Now I'd like to turn it over to our lovely director, Miss Rachel Davis.
Hafa-day. Welcome back to Women Rising. My name is Rachel Davis, Executive Director of the Guam Women's Chamber of Commerce, and I'm honored to be back in this space with you all. This month, we're celebrating the future, our interns, our partnerships, and the power of investing in the next generation. We've seen firsthand how youth engagement and collaboration can shape stronger leaders, deepen community impact, and a more innovative island economy. One of the most meaningful parts of this year has been mentoring 4 incredible interns. It's been powerful to guide them on their journey, help them discover their voices, and show them what's possible when they're surrounded by strong role models. Mentorship is more than just sharing knowledge. It's about unlocking potential and leading by example. I truly believe that when young women see someone who looks like them succeed, they begin to believe in their own path too. What's ahead at Guam Women's Chamber of Commerce? We also have an incredible lineup of events coming up this quarter that we hope you'll be a part of. July 10th is our upcoming monthly meeting. August 4th